Whoa, I just watched Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. It was so trippy. I can't tell if I'm still there or not. Ignoring that lame intro. Yay! Doctor Strange 2. So, this could be a non spoiler. I'm going to try and keep this video as short and as non spoilery as I can. So, thoughts were I really enjoyed it. Um, it's not. I have a hard time putting it as my favorite Marvel movie because, frankly, No Way Home, at least MCU movies like of this wave, No Way Home is still up there because Spider-Man is one of my favorite heroes since I was a kid. So it's got more stuff, more you know, whatever. But definitely, Multiverse of Madness is up there, close to it. And there's uh, there would be so much to talk about if I was doing a spoiler-filled review. Let me know if you want one of those because I can do one of those with a certain specific Pikachu if you guys want. Over on a different channel. But oh, there was so much stuff. So many good comic book references that I'm not going to get into. No, Deadpool was not in the movie. I wanted a Marvel shirt, so don't go. Uh, and it's directed by Sam Raimi, whose main thing, besides Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man's, is horror. He's really good at horror, and it the small horror elements of it were really good. Like I think what the best way I can say it is the sound design. Like the thing that made the horror scenes work was the sound design. So I guess do we have to talk about the plot twist that they reveal very quickly into the movie? Because the main villain is the main villain is anyway. Uh, um, it was 2 hours, but it didn't feel like it was 2 hours. Like in a good way. Like by the time I got finished watching, I'm like, is that really like the end? Holy crap! Like it felt like it went by really fast, but again, not in a bad way. Like there were moments because the movie starts, bang, action, like immediate action scene. No blurb, no like after the Marvel logo. There's no explaining. They just immediately go into it, and that kind of feels like the pace throughout the whole movie. Like you're going from really good action scenes. There are small moments where you can breathe and sort of like see what's happening and see where it's going, but then it goes right back into fantastic magical scene, so to speak. And like how Spider-Man was like bringing characters from other dimensions into, let's go with the 616 because that's what they name it. This one's the opposite. It is very much going to other dimensions and seeing what things are different, seeing what happens when you cross over dimensions, that kind of stuff. There are repercussions for doing things like that, and it is very much, well, it is Doctor Strange 2. It is a character study of Doctor Strange where he's at after Endgame, pretty much. I don't think America Chavez falls to the wayside. I think she is very good as a sort of secondary lead, the other main focus of the movie, much more than she's both. How do I describe it? It is about her as well, but she also supports Steven. She tries to, in her story, it helps Steven sort of get past some things he's trying to do. My favorite scene. This is, I'm going to say this is the only spoiler scene. So there's a fight between two different Stephen Stranges. The one from the MCU and a different one. That's as much spoiler as you're gonna get. But they literally fight with music. Like Steven transforms music notes into blades that play that actually play a song. Like the music in the scene is tied into that. And then the other Stephen Strange transforms it into Beethoven's Number 5, and that like sends it back. Like that was, other than the comic book like references and all that, which were great. I think that was my favorite fight scene, just because of the music, like them changing music into different songs and like blocking with basically a music chart. Like that was so awesome. And uh ooh, I said I'm not gonna get into spoiler territory. Some of my other favorite characters that really I don't weren't a character, but the bull magician. The the guy who was a bull. Like that was freaking awesome. Like this movie's equivalent of Cord, even though he didn't really have many actual lines. He was just there for the fact that he looked cool. Oh, and one of the cameos I will mention, because Sam Raimi, Bruce Campbell, freaking Bruce Campbell, because he shows up in every Sam Raimi movie. Bruce Campbell was very funny as a supporting role, and I guess another. He was. I'm not going to explain what the post credit scene is. It's just that he's in it, and it ties back into something that happened in the movie. That was quite funny. Uh, there, as people have mentioned, it's very heavy on references to Evil Dead, Army of Darkness, because Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell. I felt there were certain elements like that felt like references to Carrie. Somebody with like dried blood on them, like on the side of their head. Like I don't know if it's a like, intentional reference to Carrie. It just kind of felt like that. And hmm, oh, there's so much I want to talk about, but I don't want to get into this video because I want to keep it as spoiler free as possible. And the story itself felt like like I don't. Part of me wants to say old school Marvel, like pre Avengers 1, where like it told a cohesive, finished story without needing to set up the next movie. But that was what the pre credit scene was doing, is setting up the next movie. So it's like it had that very much begin like full circle kind of feel. And ooh, ooh, I don't. It was very enjoyable as always. The effects with Doctor Strange movies with all the magic and reality warping are always good fun to see. And just, oh, ooh, I don't know if I can get into anything else. Which uh, overall, highly enjoyed it. I would give it a recommend. Should I like a video edit, like a third eye to make a thumbnail? I'm probably not going to do that because that's what probably most big reviewers are going to do. I'm just kidding. I enjoy it quite a bit. I'm curious where Doctor Strange goes from here. I'm curious where America Chavez goes from here because this was her introduction, and she's going to be, I imagine, her own movie, probably her own movie, and then tying into the next Avengers movie because that's what it feels like it's going to go to. Um, oh, they did a major tease. They did a major bait and switch with Mordo. The who I can't explain it too much because it is very spoiler heavy, but he's in it, just not in the way you think he is. So very fun. Uh, eh, hmm, hmm. I kind of want to see it again, honestly, because there's so many great things, especially as I said, to do a review, a full spoiler review. But since this movie just came out, I want to keep the spoilery as minimal as possible. But yeah, I'm still thinking about it. It's in uh, it's in my head. Anyway, mm, the jump scares were good. The jump scares were good. Like even though in one particular scene I knew a jump scare was coming. I was like the scene so down that you know a jump scare is coming, and I'm like trying to get myself ready because I'm like closing my eyes just trying to listen to sound. It still gets you. It it still works. So uh yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna mention this now. I still haven't finished WandaVision. I've tried to watch the first two episodes, somewhat through episode two, and I'm like, it's not really hooking me yet. I'll give it another try at some point, but yeah, I enjoyed this movie quite a bit. And do I want? I wanted. I partially want to talk on the magic because like there is a complaint, maybe not about this movie in particular, but about magic in movies that it creates an imbalance. Because like if you have a magic user as a main villain and like a bunch of people who don't use magic, there's not it's not really a fair story to tell. Like because how are these people gonna beat the main villain when the main villain can just go like like that? But like I find, in my opinion, the way you make that balance is either what both Doctor Strange movies have done, is like the main villains being magic, again, heroes and villains both being magic users. So like you have an even playing field, but you also set rules, like rules of reality stuff. Like you set rules to give people like a believable story, even within the confines of how crazy magic can be, and it's worked so far for both Doctor Strange movies. Like and the like I, that formula doesn't really apply. I'm thinking of like Thanos versus everyone, and like how are they supposed to win? But that's kind of the whole point: is how are they supposed to win? They have to find a way to win. Coming down to the time, like that's the whole idea behind Thanos. Is so strong. Like how do you find a way to win? So like I think I know I'm thinking of the first Suicide Squad movie. I haven't seen the second one in that imbalanced magic versus non-magic debate. Because frankly, the only person that had superpowers in Suicide Squad was Inferno. Like sure, Captain Boomerang could throw a boomerang into, but they weren't really superpowers that help against magic. So, anyway, I'm rambling, and yeah, I quite enjoyed it. If that wasn't obvious. Hmm. Okay, I'll get going now because I can't think of things to say that won't spoil the movie. So keep it strange. Ended lame. Starts lame, ends lame. Bye.